small group leaders, thanks for watching May 3rd's training video. This is the first week of the month, and in the month of May, we're going to be talking about the virtue of obedience. And as kids, this is one of the biggest and best things that they can do. Obeying is really, really tough. It's not easy at all. It's not easy to obey your parents when they ask you to do something hard, or obey your teacher when you feel like they're not being fair. Obedience is one of the tough things that kids really have to deal with and work through. So, one of the reasons that we're talking about obedience is because it's the main issue kids are dealing with, and also just because we need to learn at a young age to obey God no matter what. When we obey God, we're going to bring blessings in our life. And the reason we should obey God is because He knows more than us and He loves us. Two very good reasons that we need to be obeying God. And when we obey God, we're under His umbrella of authority. And especially as we get older, it becomes... the problems get bigger. It becomes no longer like stealing a candy bar, but stealing lots and lots of money, or no longer like telling a little fib to our parents, but moving out. Or the problems get bigger. So if we learn at a young age to obey our parents and obey God no matter what, it's really going to make our lives a lot easier. So let's instill this in our children. So one of the activities for 3 through 6 is called road rules. And so this month, when we're talking about obedience, a big theme of ours is driving, like rules of the road type of thing, like stop signs, yield, all that type of stuff, because God gives us direction, and when we obey that, well, that's trusting those in authority over us. Road rules, there are going to be 4 different signs. I believe there's stop, yield, and there's 2 other. I don't remember. There's probably a slow down, and there's something else. So the kids, all of them have little Matchbox cards, like the little cars, and they get to keep them, which is really cool. And there's going to be 4 kids, each with a sign, and they get to take their turn telling the other kids what to do, and they get to obey with their cars. And you get to be the ticketer. You get to be the police officer, and you get to write them a ticket, and we'll give you Post-it notes, which are fake tickets, and you get to hand them out when kids aren't obeying the sign that's up. So that's pretty cool. And then there's the coulda, shoulda, woulda game, and they're going to make a box on a piece of paper, and it's going to say like a chore that they do, like cleaning your room or something like that. And draw a picture of what would happen if you obeyed the first time, and then draw a picture of what would happen if you didn't obey the first time, and just have them go through different chores. There are different chores listed there, and talking about what would happen if I actually did this the first time and did it right, and what happens if I don't do it the first time, and do I have to deal with the consequences of that? Wouldn't it have been easier just to do it right the first time? For K through 2, there's a fun game. It's a little bit like the basketball game Horse. If you ever played that, you have to spell the word horse. We're doing that with spelling obey. So review the story with your K through 2ers, and they have wads of pieces of paper and a trash can in your hallway that you use as a class, and have the kids answer the questions that you come up with about the story, and then if they answer right, they get to throw their piece of paper, and the first kid to spell obey wins. They win the approval, because we don't really have any prizes. But and then the second game is a brainstorming type thing, and brainstorm things that the Bible says we should do, like obeying your parents, or being nice to other people, or not lying, or whatever it is, things that we should do. And then we have a paper that you get to hand out, and it's like, hey, write down the ones that are pretty easy for you to do, and write them down in the Tarshish section, and then things that are really, really difficult for you to do in the Nineveh section. And just talking about how, some things are easy and some things are hard, but when it comes down to it, obedience to God is what really, really counts. And our definition of obedience this month is trusting those who lead you by doing what you're asked to do. So we're called to trust God because He is in control of our life. And when we do that, it really makes your life a lot easier. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm so excited. The month of May is going to be exciting. And because you watched this, come tell me the phrase, the perfect storm, and I'll give you a cold stone card. Okay, thanks.